Hey everybody, welcome to what is another session of our Starfinder campaign that we're doing. This is more of a podcast setting, so I'm only going to be here on screen momentarily, then I'm going to disappear and put up the giant words that we put up that says Starfinder Podcast, so anyone joining does not get confused that this is a podcast and not some computer problem.
Luna's broken.
Yes, we only have like 50% of the party here today, but let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Who's here? Of course, I am Luna. I play a small child named Thalia.
I'm Starseeker Williams. I'm the DM.
You're going to want to make sure you speak up. Mike is being dumb!
Yeah, I get a little closer to my fix problem.
That would fix problem. I can also just upgrade my mic. Can I upgrade my sensitivity on my computer? I don't know.
You can.
Hello.
We apologize if everyone finds us to be extremely quiet. It's hard to have good microphone systems set up.
Especially when we don't have like lapel microphones or anything.
Oh my gosh,
we
yes.
need actual lapel mics to.
The only problem is
Get
if
this
we had
better.
lapel mics, we'd need a mixer.
Yeah, we don't have a mixer.
Yeah, we need a mixer and we need mics.
You will need to speak up, husband. Microphone is a little far from you.
I can try to speak up, but my speaker does not speak up loud.
That's fair. I blame your mother. Go ahead and introduce yourself too, husband, for the not for the camera, for the
Samuel
microphone.
Morningstar, and I play Nick Nick.
He's a rat.
This is your responsibility.
I'm our rat engineer.
Yes, I was upgraded to first mate, basically, of our spaceship. Spaceship. Why we have put the child in charge, I have no idea. But the child is in charge.
Why not?
Yeah, because why not?
That's the worst that can happen.
Death.
I'm sure that's not the worst.
I almost want to find out what the worst would be.
I
Small.
don't think you do.
Eternal imprisonment and torture.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to disappear. Bloop. Wait. Bloop. There we go. I disappeared. And the words podcast have now appeared on screen.
Oh, is one right here? Hello.
Oh, here we go.
We have a person. I have to turn on desktop
We're live.
audio.
Introduce yourself.
Now
Oh,
he
wait.
can be heard.
Yeah, introduce yourself. Alright.
Anra.
Hello.
Introduce
Sorry.
yourself.
Am I muted? No, I'm good.
You can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Introduce yourself. We're live.
Just quiet.
It's because we are using room mic, one microphone.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I mean, like, you guys are at 100%, 100%, 200%,
Yes. That's
and you're
what-
quiet.
We're only using.
We're only
Luna's
using
mic
one
for the
microphone
most
for
part.
everybody here.
Yes.
Okay.
Introduce
Yes.
yourself.
All right, then. Oh, I introduced myself.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard Luna.
Oh.
Hello. I am Hanrat. I was at a celebratory thing, so I rushed home in the pouring rain. It was beautiful. But hello.
Conrad is once again a member of our crew. We are only missing our captain and other things that come up from today, so he is not here today. That is fine. We can still continue on.
I promoted child to second in command, just so you're aware.
Yes,
With
I
captain's
am
approval.
I did not ask the captain's approval.
The captain gave you explicit instructions to put anybody
That
in
is
charge.
fair. He did.
You have captain's approval.
It's true. It's true. I am the approval here. Let's go.
So, who remembers what happened last time?
We actually made the jump and we started out our little thing. We, of course, lots of time skipping because space. We
Because
drew
space
to
and-
a system, even though we couldn't tell where we were because we were legit surrounded by like a green misty stuff. And
Which we believed was some kind of chemical that would, let's see here. How do I say this correctly? Not an energy chemical. No. I think that was oxygen
You
or
did
something, wasn't it?
realize that it's probably ionized oxygen.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well,
That's something we want to play with.
Yeah. So.
What do you mean? I'll just make your ship vent atmosphere, and then you'll have to play with it to survive.
I'd happily play with it. You know, what could go wrong?
Can't stop me.
We also have ourselves in a lovely scenario of in a faraway system. We have no contact with Earth or anything at home. We are all alone in space, and we found a solar system that we found out we had a couple people who felt like they were being drawn towards a particular planet, and we went to the planet. We found a wreck, and inside the wreck we found a pod. It wasn't a wreck. It was a crash
just
land.
A pod. It was an escape pod.
It was an escape pod, kind of a wreck, one could say. Potato, potato. Let's go.
Yes, you are.
Escape pod. Yeah, that's close enough to like a wreck.
Yeah. And what else did we do?
What did you find inside the pod?
Oh yeah, we found a person, and we also had a voice telling us that we couldn't awake the person.
Did the AI say that?
Yeah, the voice says we shouldn't awaken them. We should leave them asleep. And we were like, why? And they were like, you should leave them asleep. And we're like, but 4K.
Oh, right. It's because you're all blind. I remember now.
It's because we're all
Or deaf, or both.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes. So,
Why are we all blind or deaf?
who honestly knows?
Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you won't. But yes. You were speaking with what seems to be like a sentient AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you examined the female-looking alien creature and realized they have no heart. Their body apparently works very differently.
Right. They have no heart.
They have lungs, they just don't have a heart. They're heartless.
No.
Anyway.
Oh no, the plans are going to be the death of the Luna.
That will not be the Luna death.
Because you all were blind last session, I'll allow you to make perception checks to see if you're blind this session too.
Okay. Now let's hope
Okay.
I don't spill my dice everywhere this time.
What was
Yeah.
that, Conrad?
1 moment.
Okay.
Holding out the dice. All the power
Kitty cat, I need
in a
to
single
let you
roll.
out. Thank you. Oh, thank you, my anger.
Nope.
We will need to
Nope.
roll perception.
Oh, there it is.
Perception.
We'll try this one.
Also, did I send you a character sheet, Conrad?
14.
Do you actually have your character sheet now?
I do. Yeah,
Okay, good.
I have a +5.
14.
Oh, that's not bad.
Your NPCs also get to roll.
Perception. Oh, that's only a 14. Still not bad.
And what about the small child
The small
who
child.
is trying to get to her dice?
Yep. Actively going. We're going to just do this dice. What does it say? A 17 on the die itself. Plus Thalia's sheet. It's behind Zimba. Perception?
Yes.
Oh, I have a +8. Who made the child perceptive?
You.
25.
So with 14 might not be high enough given the specific circumstance. 25 definitely is, though.
I am very, very observant.
The child, who, despite being very interested in Alien Woman, unless I'm mistaken, notices in your comm system a very quiet, almost alarm sound.
I'm gonna go look at the alarm system to know what the duck is going on.
So you're going up to the cockpit?
Yes.
You go up to the cockpit and you realize that what you were hearing was Kate's Kate's communicator was sitting on, basically on the chair.
Which one's Kate?
The pilot.
The pilot? Okay.
And the scanner, little screen that shows things around you, there is a large blip on the scanner, and every time the blip appears, it makes a little pinging noise almost.
That's not ominous.
Based on what the scanner shows, it would be above the planet from your current position.
Do I know how to work the ship sensors?
Probably not great.
Enough to at least get a general look at what's above me?
Are you trained in computers? Do you have a rank in computers?
She might.
Does
She's
having
like
a rank
friends
mean
and
the blue
everything.
bubble thing is full?
No. Do you have a score in computers?
Yes.
Okay. Then yes, you probably can. Alright, because you're an operator. You have
She's
like
an
a rank in
operator.
heck and
She has a rank in
everything.
Everything except for diplomacy, life science, mysticism, and physical science.
And profession.
Profession. No, I have profession.
Wait, what's your profession?
I think tap dancing.
Wait, is that actually what that says?
It just says profession has a thing.
Wait, what?
Look.
Oh, you just have a miscellaneous modifier. You don't have a profession.
Okay. We know we joked about it being tap dancing.
You have no ranks in profession.
Okay, but I have a score in computer.
Yes. Which means you probably have a rank in computers.
Do not break. By
Which means
computers.
you can make a computers check to try a what is it? Scan.
21.
Which means I need to look at one of these.
No breaking my
I
computer.
have a rank right there.
Your computer, it's the science officer's computer.
I'm just
It's a
going to the
computer on
computer
my
to see
ship.
what's there.
I'm the engineer. All of them are my
see.
computer.
No, not pilot. I need science officer. Give me 1 second. You're technically doing a science officer action of scan. What'd you roll?
21.
21 for... That might not be enough. That's not enough.
Oh no!
There seems to be something blocking any further information, at least with what you can glean from the scanner.
Okay, who's my science officer once again who's supposed to use this station?
You have 2 science officers, one of which is Honrot. The other which is an NPC.
Oh shit.
Well,
What's your character's name again? I would know it by now, but I just blanking.
Godric.
Godric?
So Godric and Vela are your science officers.
So we got Gryffindor here.
I might remember that now. Thalia is going to grab her communicator and go, "Hey, Godric, you know scanners better than most of the crew here, right?"
Yes, I do. Why?
Because there's something really big above the ship and it's blocking the scanner, and I'm not sure what it is.
Have you tried looking up?
You think
The
I want to
general
go
question,
outside
have
the
you
ship
tried-
that's corrosive?
There are windows.
No, I'm
I
asking
tried
you.
looking out
Have
the
you tried
windows.
looking up yet?
I probably would have tried. Okay, try looking out the windows. I don't think I can see directly up.
Not
you
through
tried?
the windows themselves, but if
Did
you
you
look
try
through
checking the
gunnery ports,
database?
you could. You would know that as a gunner.
Ah, whatever.
What?
I'll be up there in a moment. Give me a second.
I will go look through my weapons to go see what I see above.
Okay, you go look through one of the gunnery ports. It's one that doesn't have a gun mounted to it, but and as you are looking above the ship, you do see. It's hard to tell through atmosphere, but it almost looks like the faint outline of something probably multiple miles in length sitting above the planet.
The fact that it's just sitting there makes me think it's a ship.
Probably just outside of the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, that's hard to see.
Yeah.
Get after Godric. The child has a bit of sass. I wait for Godric to come up to where everyone else is now.
Let's see. How big is the ship? Like the size of a football field? How much of a hurry is Godric in? Godric
I
just
want to
casually
say, just quickly taking off the gear and then moving up.
Okay. Probably takes you about 6 minutes to get to the cockpit.
Yeah.
And you also notice there is something fairly large on the sensors. You can also,
What's
if
on
you want,
sensors?
attempt to scan.
I could do what?
You
Sorry?
can attempt to scan whatever it is.
Attempt to scan.
Which is
I would like to
computer's
attempt to
check.
scan whatever that is.
Yep, and you add 4. I didn't tell you that before, but it's fine. The 4 was enough to make up the difference.
So I roll and then I add 4.
You roll a computer's check and add 4. Yes, because you have advanced scanners.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, 27.
Is that after the plus 4?
So I already added the 4.
Okay. Is that high enough? With this particular check, I'm going to say yes. But you wouldn't get as much information as you normally would.
Okay.
What you find is you receive information about a name that almost seems more like a ship classification than anything else. Give me 1 second to find the name of the ship. That is it. Nestivar Ivanan Ser. And based on humanity's ships of the Sol System, it would be considered a cruiser.
An ally cruiser that we know of, like in the
It
database,
is not
or
in any database. Nor is that classification in any database.
so we're on the assumption that this is just a cruiser of some kind.
Based on the ships in the Sol System, that's what it would classify as. Usually based on size and armaments.
Okay then.
So, Godric, do you have any information that is not it just being several miles across?
No.
Long? Potato, potato? It's a very big ship. It's hard to see. Through the atmosphere.
I do not blame you. This is a really. I believe there's a ship above us that's. Quiet down. Not now. That is quite
Okay.
large in size. that we should probably like. I yeah yeah. There's a ship above us that is bigger than us.
Bigger ships are always a problem.
So what I'm hearing is we shouldn't be here. Or if we are here, we should hide.
To be fair, you don't actually know if it knows where
But
you
they
are.
could be friendly.
True, it might not know where we are. My brain is jumping to conclusions because we have a lady down in basically our containment unit who's got out in an escape pod. Why would she be out in an escape pod?
These are the questions you have to ask yourself.
Why is someone escaping in an escape pod? These are the big questions. Okay. The captain is unavailable. That means I, as
He's
first
in
mate,
hibernation.
must be. Yes. I, as first mate, must be in charge. This is a bad idea. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back down to where the lady is, where we know the voice is talking to us.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to all that. I'm gonna go up and be like, so why does it seem like there's a great big ship above us, above the planet's atmosphere?
The AI probably wouldn't say anything more than it is a hostile vessel. But given that you are of a different species and race, it is unlikely that they know of your location.
Wait, why would that matter? Can they not pick us up because we're different?
Or maybe we're too small for them to consider as a threat.
Renoran vessels do not attempt to locate by electromagnetic frequencies as yours does.
Just gonna look at her hands.
Oh.
That's the thing we learned in science class. That's how our brain tells us what to do, right?
No.
Electromagnetic. Better not have magnets in your brain.
All the parts of our equipment make electromagnetic fields.
Oh, that part. That we learned in science class. I am confused.
Yes, the stuff you learn in science about how computers work. All of our computers use those, so we will check for
I know
those.
there's a like brain uses electrical signals. I'm confused.
Not enough electrical signals.
Not enough electrical signals in this brain. So basically, they don't know we're here.
They'd
Yet.
probably use something that's more advanced, if I'd guess.
How can something more advanced if it can't detect us? Don't answer that.
Because their stuff doesn't use what our stuff uses, because our stuff would be too old. It's like
It's fair.
driving down the street and trying to see a, I think Model T it would be?
Trying to see a Model T?
While driving down the road.
I mean, you'll still see it though. It's just less common. It's like almost impossible.
It's a few hundred to 1,000 years in the future from where we are now.
Oh, that's what.
Model Ts are not going to last long enough to survive at that point.
Oh, okay. Right. You're saying in that time frame. I thought you were saying modern day, and
no,
I was
in
confused.
in that time frame. That's how Nick would have described it to her.
I see.
I get it.
You're not going to see one of those.
That's like seeing one of Henry Ford's original cars.
Yeah, I know nowadays you can still see Model Ts on the road. I've seen 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
I know people that own one.
Yeah. But yes.
Okay then. So. Oh, we have volume still get to hear. We're kind of running off of one mic that is centralized, so I'm peaked out my microphone.
Oh no, is your microphone maxed out? Do you have it on group or individual?
It's on group setting.
Okay. Because that's my random thought of why it could not be picking me up as much.
Omnidirectional. The word you're looking for is omnidirectional.
Yeah.
The words I spoke made
Not
enough sense that you
cardioid.
realized what I was saying.
Omnidirectional.
We'll try to
Anyway.
speak up so we can be heard.
Yeah.
Welcome to our Starfinder podcast, as we're trying to figure out why the duck we're in space. Actually, I
You
know
don't
why.
know why we're in
Money.
space.
We're in space
Money.
to explore and get paid.
Yeah, we're being paid
We
to
aren't
go
the
into space.
we aren't the Voyager.
We'll try to remember to speak up. We have one centralized mic for majority of us. It's
I'm
apologies.
trying to speak up.
You know how in Star Trek they always say their goal is to go where no man has gone before?
We are literally where no
But
man has
whenever
gone
they
before.
get there, there's always some guys.
Yeah.
That,
I'm pretty sure they're referring to no man as in no humankind has gone there before.
I mean, fair.
But that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just find humans, and we're like, where
Yeah.
did you humans come from? And we're like,
Sometimes they just find some guys.
Hey guys, I'll be back in 3 minutes. I need.
Okay.
Okay.
But yes, what would you like to do with this information?
Well, we have a slight issue when it comes to this then. Mostly due to the fact of there's a ship above us that can't detect us right now. It might be safer to stay where we're at versus than leaving. Because we don't know what they are. And they seem to be much bigger than us.
Fair.
And we've heard from our little AI friend that we are, in fact, probably enemies.
It's at least hostile to the AI.
Well,
that's fair,
most
Vesper.
societies will be hostile towards you if they're hostile towards somebody you are holding on your ship
I mean, it's
and
fair.
helping.
Yeah. Let me see if I can update my output.
So. Jeez. Do you just want to stay put for a while?
Honestly, for now, yes. Oh, I can actually turn on my microphone over here. Let me do that.
Is there anything you want to do while you're staying?
Oh, that is way louder.
I figured out how to turn on my microphone. That will help us a lot. I'll fix those volume settings later.
If you remember.
If I remember.
Probably won't, and it'll just be blowing everyone's ears out in next stream.
I probably should have that up higher anyways, considering no one, it's hard to hear me on Twitch.
It can be, yeah.
Okay.
And it's easy to adjust on OBS. Anyway.
Yes, sorry if we momentarily blew out your ears there, Vesper. Yes, feel free to lurk and play a game while listening, drone on about how the crap we're going to get out of this sticky situation, because I don't know, and we made the literal child in command while the captain is charging.
I think it's more of a smelly situation given the fact of how much sulfur is on this planet.
Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't that bad, Vesper. Alright, so, that being said, I don't even know what to do. Because we're a ragtag crew, has not much experience togetherness. The child is going to call a meeting of the crew.
Okay. The child calls a meeting.
I'm going to have it be around our AI friend because they know more about the situation than we do.
Also, just to clarify where your AI friend is, it appears to be in the suit of the alien. Just
We're
so you're
all
aware of
standing
that.
in our isolation chamber. I'm calling it isolation as a containment unit.
Alien isolation.
Yes. Alien isolation chamber, let's go. I just realized I
no.
never said on Discord that we went live.
No.
Oh
Criminal.
no.
I can actually hear you guys way better.
Yes,
Yes.
mess with settings.
I messed with settings, I found the correct
A
settings.
meeting
so I
of
cranked
the
it.
crew has been called.
The child has called a meeting.
Now when you talk to me, I won't think I will notice.
Who's got Hanra up on their stuff? Because I can hear it, and it's not through my headphone.
Mute Samael's mic.
My mic is muted.
No, I'm hearing
I muted.
Hanra through someone's speaker.
What? Hanrod ain't coming through any speaker unless you're like hearing through my headphone or something.
I'm hearing him through this ear. The ear
1,
that does.
2, 3, 4.
I think it's on his.
It's him.
It's not getting picked up by the microphone, so it's not bad.
Yeah. It's not too big of a deal. Anyway.
Okay. We're continuing onward. Child's called a meeting. We're in our isolation containment unit or whatever. I'm calling it the isolation chamber.
Sealed environment chamber.
Sealed environment chamber. So the alien can be in this, or the AI can be a part of this conversation. We've called the crew together, and the child is like, we have a itty bitty problem. There is a ship above us that, according to our friend here, gesturing to the alien, is in fact hostile. They probably can't detect us due to the way our ship systems work versus their normal ship systems. And we are not sure what to do. What is suggestions of the crew on what to do in this situation? Because I have no idea. Anyone?
Well, I believe you've been noticed already.
Have we been noticed?
There's a chance. I mean, let's assume they are foreign to us and everything, and that they are an enemy to our prisoner. With a good chance they don't know what kind of ship we are. I mean, there's always that possibility.
It's very
Maybe they're
fair.
not firing us because we are alien to them as well.
It is true.
Also, shooting at a planet from low orbit, you're never gonna hit. That's not possible.
We're just too low
Exactly.
for them. They'd have to get closer to us to hit us.
The negatives would be so high, it'd be like negative 60 on the roll. It'd be impossible.
Okay, God.
Staying out of range is good.
Yeah. Not entirely sure how to best get out of this situation.
The doctor kind of raises her hand a bit. Villa. If I may,
Yes.
I don't see a lot of ways out of the situation other than simply waiting, as we don't know if there's a drift point in this system. We don't know how to trigger the drift engine again.
I guess that'll be my first job.
Yeah, that'll be your job. Figure out if we can trigger the drift engine. Because until that, we're probably stuck down here. With the starship above us. And my brain is tired from being an adult. I don't want to be an adult anymore. Someone else do it.
I'm gonna go get a coffee. No.
You really want this child to be on caffeine?
No, I do not.
The child who has her hair up in high ponytails and one half is blue, one half is pink? Metallic blue and pink? You
Sure it's not pastel or neon? I'm just kidding.
No, it's metallic.
Yeah, no.
You really want
sure
this
it's
child to be on
No,
caffeine?
I do not. You'd shoot something.
I'd shoot multiple things. Alrighty. So it seems like as though our best option right now is to just sit and wait for whatever is above us to move on, because there's a chance they can. Is that why you recommended us to not try to awake her so that she's not detectable?
With the
Lifetimes would
with the
be
ways
faint with this
that
one.
Renoran starships have to detect others of their species, it only requires consciousness.
So her remaining unconscious allows her to just be invisible.
In theory.
Let's hope the interference of this whole ship is enough.
It is likely to be.
Well, that being said, we have come to the conclusion, and my executive decision is that we are staying put
So we need to figure out what we're doing. Just kidding.
until our friend leaves or we figure out how to trigger the drift point. Then we can reevaluate.
Drift point. You don't have drift point. If there's one in the system, you don't know where it is. That's the problem. Drift engine.
Drift engine. We'll figure out more on the drift engine or whatever. Unless we can find a drift point, but that might require more things. My brain's going, someone might be able to tell we're scanning stuff, and there's life here, and that'd be bad.
As you're wrapping up the meeting, the AI does say, "Do you not know how to enter what you call the drift without a gate?"
No.
No, we do not yet.
That is very basic interstellar travel.
Can you teach me?
Teach the rat. Gesturing to the rat.
If I did so, I would need assurance that my charge would be taken somewhere safe.
I'd call that payment for teaching.
You know what? I agree with that. We shall accept that. We will help get them somewhere safe in exchange for teaching us how to actually do stuff.
Teaching us how to get out.
Yeah.
You would have to essentially overload the engine.
That sounds like a bad idea, but I'm sure there's a safe way to do it.
There is. Yes.
There's many safe ways to do that.
Hey, I didn't go in engineering. I didn't even go to school.
We have an uneducated child.
No, I went to normal school. I didn't go to specialist school. I learned how to shoot my gun. I'm self-taught here, folks. That one, I'm pretty sure went to school to learn how to be an engineer or whatever he does.
No, he's just a hobbyist.
The
He's a
computers
DIY.
taught me.
Then we are like-minded, my friend. Child got very excited that a like-minded person did not go to school.
Vela just kind of sighs slightly. Technically, I could say the same. Except I did go to school.
Oh,
At
the
most,
doctor?
I went to
Yes.
a trade school.
Oh, I didn't go to that. Alright.
One of her doctorates is in
Trade
artificial
school was running
engineering.
around with another engineer that knew what they were doing.
Alright. That being said, the crew is then left to their own devices. Thalia is going to go to her bike and clean it. Because she needs to clean it before the corrosion stuff gets super settled. And so
Yes.
she'll do a deep clean of both that and of all the stuff that she took to the ship.
Indeed.
Who's in charge of structural integrity on the ship? Is that engineer?
Engineer.
All right.
If you have a question about a ship system, it's probably the engineer.
Okay. Thalia is going to turn to her rat friend, and because this is session 2, I still don't know people's names.
Nick.
Nick. Thalia's gonna basically over her communicator go, "Hey, Nick. You might want to check up periodically on, like the ship's outside because of the corrosion. We don't want the ship to get corroded."
That's on my weekly maintenance already.
That is also what the shields are for.
Right, but you want to make sure those don't go down in your messings.
You would know if the shields
Yes.
went down.
I'm just trying to make sure he knows.
Yes.
Because he's distracted.
He's always distracted. He's either distracted or asleep.
Narcolepsy, let's go.
Yes.
Situational narcolepsy.
Yes, situational narcolepsy.
Only during D&D.
Only during D&D.
No, it's only after 8 o'clock.
Which is usually when D&D is.
Yes.
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 Alright.
Crush that can.
Yes, the AI would be able to teach you very basic things on how to safely overload the engine. Basically, in order to create a tear in space.
So we overload the engine, rip a hole in space, and drive through.
Pretty much. Except you cannot activate the drift engines when your standard engines are active. They take too much power.
So we literally have to.
OSHA would hate this. Let's do it.
OSHA would hate this. I finally stopped getting OSHA ads, by the way. It's only been like a month and a half or 2 months or something.
You're looking at closer to 2 months at this point.
Maybe. Hi.
Baby, will you squeak for the microphone?
Come squeak.
Squeak for the microphone.
Squeak.
Are you camera shy like your sister?
They're always camera shy.
No, we're just gonna knock off Star's headphones.
It's okay. You could hear people. I mean, people could hear us beating a baby.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yes, any drum sounding on my Skyrim stream was legit. My husband's. We call it beating on the cat, but we're not actually beating her. We're tapping her like a drum. She loves it.
No beating the cat.
We're not actually beating the cat. I want to emphasize that. No animal abuse here.
The cat always wins.
She's a weirdo who likes to
She
be
asks
a drum.
for more.
She does. It's so weird.
Anyway. So, you do figure out reasonably how you could do that. Whether it would work or not, you're not sure. Hypothetically, it would.
So we do have a way to get out of here should we become a problem.
Yeah. Figuring all of that out probably takes a couple hours.
I mean, at this point, we're just biding our time, waiting to see if either the ship comes down to dock to us, or the ship leaves us
Baby,
to our own
no.
devices. Baby, why are you trying to stand on the chips?
She's trying to walk over the monitor.
After about 5 hours, the ship suddenly disappears off sensors. Like in the blink of an eye, as it were.
So it wasn't like a fade like they were moving, it's just a bloop
No,
like
they
they just left.
just disappeared.
Okay.
Do we have visual still?
No.
No. We have no visual, they are gone from everything. Eyesight scanners, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Okay.
Baby, off the computer screen.
Baby, stop it. Cats are causing problems. It's okay.
That's what happens when your streaming setup is your cats have access to it.
Also, when it's covered in food and the cats like food.
The food that it's nearby is muffins, and they don't really eat muffins.
What about the chips?
That's an empty.
They don't really eat chips.
They also really don't eat chips.
Oh, so you're a picky eater, I see.
Yes, she is. She likes noodles and cheese. Clipped. Oh, she would hate this. Let's do it. Of course that got clipped.
Good glory.
With that being said, the child being tired of being in charge is going to continue to clean all her stuff. Because, let's be real, despite the fact I know how to clean it really fast, I do it as a stress relief.
Fair.
Because for some reason, someone made the child their second in command.
He also hired the child.
He also hired the child! So many concerns are here.
Let's see. I'm just setting something before I forgot. Alright. But yes. The ship has gone off sensors. What would you like to do?
The child is once again going to call a meeting. Because I want to know how things are progressing.
Fair.
Because I know we can jump now without a gate.
That is fair.
And our pilot is feeling much better, isn't she?
Yeah. She's still got a pretty bad headache, but it's not as bad as it was.
Okay. The child is going to go up to our pilot. Why do I feel like her name is Kate?
The pilot's name is Kate.
Got it.
Why do I feel like her name is Kate? Because it is?
For someone who's terrible at names, that's amazing.
Yeah, join the club.
Child's gonna
I
go
can't
up to
remember who's in the club though.
Kate. Yep.
But
The
yes.
child is gonna go up to Kate and be like, "Are you okay?"
It's just an anonymous club.
My head still hurts quite a bit, but better.
Well, that's good. All right. The ship is gone, which means we should probably continue what we were doing beforehand, which was exploring this place. Because we are supposed to bring back specimens. And
Yeah. I recall aliens being worth a lot, actually.
Well, this one is off the table. We paid the
that's a
price
shame.
of learning how to actually use our thingamajigger to get them here safely.
That's a shame.
I know. We can get someone else.
We can get someone else.
It's okay. We'll find the new space travel and then sell the patent for that.
Hey, and who knows? Hopefully, we'll find more aliens.
More.
I have a problem with words. We all know this.
Alright, so. Baby, stop it.
What do you have that she wants?
What does she have that you want? I'm just kidding.
What do you have that she doesn't have?
Thumbs.
She wants the thumbs. She's gonna cut off your thumbs in the middle of the night so she can have them.
Oh no!
Because she needs 4 thumbs.
Don't take my thumbs, baby. How am I supposed to give you head scratches or food?
You can give head scratches with only 4 fingers.
You
Right.
can always platter.
Anyway. Butter. So, what are we doing? Are we...
Well, we can gather some local wildlife from this planet if we want. Or there's more planets in the system, isn't there?
Yes, there are 2 others in the Ikoi system.
We can look at the other planets too and see what they've got and see if there's any better options than, plants that come from a highly sulfuric planet.
Yeah, if this planet can give us anything, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it.
I mean, the trees probably count as organic life, but other than that...
But can we keep it alive to get home?
It's not my job, I don't know.
Whose job is that?
Don't we have an alien containment system?
Isn't that the doctor's job? What you want to
Yeah, are
be
you
called?
talking
I
to the
don't
doctor
remember.
right now or the engineer?
Allie? Isn't she the life scientist here? Her job? I don't know. I just fly ships.
I just shoot things.
Fair. But yes, there were 3 planets in this
Okay.
system.
So it's probably safe to go and check out the other planets and see what they can yield. Because if any of them can yield any pretty good stuff, we should definitely check out. I'm pretty sure. Hey, AI friend.
Yeah? Oh, wait, sorry. Yes?
Do you want the pod?
There are things within that are useful. So I would have to say yes.
Like what?
I should not answer that question.
Well, I'm just saying if you want the pod as a whole or just certain parts of it, because if you want certain parts, we'll... Okay.
We'll scavenge all the parts you don't need.
Baby,
Yes.
no clawing up the chair.
Bye-bye! Stop it! Fine. Go Yes, AI go
Technically, it's an artificial personality, so that is valid. It's not an artificial intelligence, it's an artificial personality.
Fine. Okay. Onward to next planet, because I don't like this one. That is what the child says.
Oh, interesting. It was my notes contradict each other heavily.
Not my fault.
Okay, no, it's planet 2, not planet 3. Okay, I need to change that. Because, yeah, it's... Yeah, there we go. I fixed it.
Well, that's good.
So, there is a, there are 2 other planets in this system.
Okay.
There's one that is very close to the white dwarf star, to the point where it's probably tidally locked and could be a little bit dangerous to go to.
Can
But
we send a probe?
you don't have probes.
I don't have probes. Dang it.
I mean, you could throw a camera out the spaceship
And hope it makes it in time.
and hope you keep receiving data.
That sounds like
There is
a bad
also
idea.
one very far outside the habitable zone of this star.
So this is really the planet that has the most life on it, most likely.
Probably. That's not to say there couldn't be minerals or other things on the other planets. Squeeze cat until squeak.
That was Snickers. She was camera shy last time, but not this time.
Because you squeezed her until she squoke.
I
Squoke.
didn't.
Oh, do not squeeze her?
Give hug.
Squeeze cat, but not so hard that pop.
No.
Squeeze cat gentle. Like
Like
hamburger.
Oh,
Don't
catch
squeeze
and
hamburger. That'll make a mess.
Anyways, let us go check out probably the planet that is less dangerous to go see.
Alright, it will probably take a few days to get there.
Alright, fast travel a couple days.
It would take 4 days.
Ugh.
Oh no. 4 days of travel.
And as you get closer, it's the planet is probably just barely big enough to maintain a spherical shape. Like, it would probably be classified as a dwarf planet. It does appear to have a reddish color, fairly similar to that of Mars, which indicates high levels of iron oxides on the surface. It is very possible that it has no atmosphere, or very little.
Okay.
Is high or low good?
Hi.
Okay, let's see. Nope.
We are very glad it is not months.
Months. No, not quite that bad. We're like 1,000 years in the future. People can fly at a reasonable speed. But yes.
No dying star, even though that's your job.
Other than having a large amount of iron, this planet doesn't seem that nothing's being picked up on sensors or anything like that. Though, regardless, deposits of known minerals are still worth money.
This would seem to be a large deposit of iron.
In theory, yeah.
I can always verify it by going down to the surface and seeing.
You can.
I say let's do it.
Okay. Let's see. It takes... There's a whole chart of timetables and things. It takes 3 hours to get down from orbit.
Because we can't tell from orbit. So this ain't Star Trek, folks.
Yes.
Only it was.
So, you do eventually make it down from orbit, and are able, even with your scanners from not too far away, can verify that a lot of this planet is covered in iron oxides and various compounds of that. If I was mean, it would also be aluminum oxides, but I'm not.
Okay. So that means this planet has a huge deposit of iron and would be good for later mining. If
In
we
theory,
needed-
yes.
In theory, yes. Probably find similar minerals like inside of Mars.
Probably.
Okay. Mark this on the computer. And moving on.
Moving on, what, to the other planet you haven't been to yet?
I wanna or get closer to it so we see if scanners can pick up anything.
Okay, how many days does that take? 5. Let's see.
So much time skipping.
That is how space travel works. You can't press F8 and skip warp.
Yeah.
Pulsar reference for the win.
As you do get close to the first planet in the system, the closest to the sun, you can tell just by simple scanning that it is tidally locked. Which means one side always faces the star and one side always faces away.
Yeah.
One side is perpetually bathed. And
Like
one
Mercury.
Her perpetually bathed.
It also
an egg.
probably has about 4 times the mass of Earth.
That's massive.
Let's see.
I'm gonna guess it's really cold on one side and really hot on the other.
Probably.
Perpetually.
Like Mercury.
Okay.
does seem to have an atmosphere unlike Mercury, though.
Large enough for an atmosphere. I want to see what's on this planet because it should prove interesting.
Where on the planet?
I would recommend landing on the dark side so we're not toasting ourselves alive.
Okay.
Even if it's on the edge of the dark side, because it is totally tidal locked, we won't ever hit the light.
Yes, and it wouldn't be too bad to land on the dark side considering this planet has an atmosphere. The reason Mercury is as bad as it is because it doesn't.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you land on the dark side of this planet. It's well below... It's well below 0 degrees Celsius. Even regardless, it's probably about a... I was gonna say it in Kelvin, but I can't remember the exact conversion between Celsius and Kelvin, so I'm not going to. It's probably about negative 60 degrees Celsius.
It's cold.
Oh, it's very cold.
Yes, it's very, very cold.
I bet.
Your sensors would pick up at least one thing, though. It's on kind of the edge of your sensor range, out to the... According to the planet's magnetic field, it would probably be east. Probably about 150 kilometers or so.
We should go check it out.
I assume you're just going to take the ship closer because...
No, I'm gonna go out there on my motorcycle in freezing temperatures and freeze my butt off in the open air.
Freeze your fuel.
As you wish.
I'm joking now!
Actually, I believe it's an electric motorcycle. But regardless.
I mean, even electronics would not do good with that level of cold.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
I prefer my nice toasty ship where I can sit here in my warm fuzzy socks.
Yeah. So, you fly the ship closer, and you do see what almost appears to be wreckage. It looks older than the escape pod. But there's not really a ton you can tell about it.
Ooh, anything we can salvage from here? Because we get paid to bring home more tech.
You can always try.
Part of an escape pod? Yeah, let's do it.
What?
Is it an escape pod or is it more like
No,
a
it's
ship?
like a whole ship.
Oh, a ship.
A whole
Oh,
ship.
yes.
Let's go.
That is much better than a escape pod.
A single escape pod. You only ever find escape pods. There's no ships. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
Alright. So you're gonna put on your armor and head out into the ship?
I mean, I would love to explore this. We should probably leave some on the ship and take some out with, because no way we're taking the whole crew. That sounds like a stupid idea.
You can take whichever NPCs you want. They're not gonna say no. Apologies about my throat right now.
It's because you're used to talking.
No, it's not. That's not the reason right now.
Oh.
It feels like I'm slightly sick right now.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Drink some airborne. Or orange juice.
Probably orange juice.
Drink some airborne?
Airborne is a vitamin C boost. That is legit what my family has been using airborne in emergency. To boost people's immune systems so that you don't get sick.
I get sick regardless. My constitution's like a 2.
That's not good. How you not? How you breathing? Like how good is your
Airborne.
breathing?
I see.
This is emergency. It's. You just mix it up in water.
The evil liquid. Yeah.
Yes, the evil liquid that you for some reason cannot drink.
It's not for some reason. I know exactly why I can't
It
drink
is for some reason. We know the reason why, but it's just for some reason. Let me have my mystery.
Just roll the last
It's only
one
mystery till he explains it.
Just try not to clear your throat into the mic. You tend to peak it. That's what manager is saying.
Fair. Well, I'm not. The mic's like 4 feet away from me.
The mic is like 4 feet from anybody.
Yeah.
Your mic is very sensitive. I see.
I cranked up its sensitivity. So.
So,
So yeah.
But that's so we can even be heard.
but yes, you put on your armor and head out into the ship.
And I actually have an environmental suit that helps me negate the cold.
Everyone does?
I have clothes that help with that.
Yeah,
I
don't know
intentionally
if
bought
it'll
that.
Your
work with
armor
that
is a
cold.
space suit.
Right, but I wear my temperature cold sensitive ones as well. I don't want to be freezing.
What, underneath? Isn't it like a dress?
No.
Or is that one not a dress?
That one's not a dress.
No,
For outfits that are
the-
particularly designed to combat extreme hot and extreme cold are not dresses. It is only the two different lolly dresses and the nun hat outfit.
So you admit it. You are a lolly.
I am a lolly.
She's never denied it.
And I think like one other dress. Other than that, it's pants.
Okay.
The child
And who is going with the child?
who wants to
to
come on an
explore
adventure.
a shipwreck.
Yes.
I think the rat wants to come.
The rat's
I
gonna have
want
to come.
But I don't know if it's a good idea if I come.
You can.
How
There'll
good's
still
your
be 3 people on the ship.
how good's your computers
Yeah.
and engineering?
My computers is 9. My engineering is 9.
Okay, so we balance out on that. My engineering's 10, but computers is an 8. So we're technically
So-
equally qualified to go.
I'll come along. Why not?
Alright. So 3 of you suit up and head to the airlock. It does seem,
Why is
based
that the
on the
thought that
scans,
I
that this
ever
planet
think
does
of?
have at least a little bit of a nitrogenated atmosphere, so it probably wouldn't be too dangerous, but you don't know how much oxygen it has, so.
Yeah, no, definitely want oxygen-rich spacesuits as best we can.
Yeah. So. Brain cell, come on. You head out into the shipwreck, and it's almost as if the ship was torn in two upon landing. Kind of like how the Titanic was. But. You can all make perception checks. I don't know of anyone better than perception. I guess no, investigation isn't the thing in this. Engineering might work, but it would probably have a slightly higher DC
For
than perception
to find something.
to see if there's anything salvageable.
So, Star,
Mm-hmm.
where's investigation on my sheet?
I said there's no investigation.
Oh.
It would be either perception or engineering, but engineering would have a higher DC.
Engineering is not
Okay.
perception's not. I'll take that's everyone, right?
I have the total thing, right?
Yes.
To my roll.
I can try
Yes.
engineering.
Engineering 28.
26. engineering.
Alright. I'm personally going for perception, which is a 17.
Let's see.
I figured I'll go a different role than everyone else so that they are different.
Yeah.
Ship is big.
With
This is grand
engineering, as you start picking apart the more intact pieces of the ship, you do find what looks to be functioning technology. It's probably some type of sensor system.
Ooh, pretty.
Actually, I have a question. Are there any computer like? No, actually, I don't think that would matter too much. Yeah, because this there's no power to the ship, is there?
There is no power to the ship.
Okay, I don't think it would matter too much. I was gonna say if I could try to glean information off the ship.
No, probably not.
Take some. Yeah. So never mind.
I mean, if you could find
You know,
something that
time.
information might be stored on, you might be able to find something.
That's my hope, but yeah.
You can always try. I'll let you make a computer's check, but it's gonna be a high DC because the chances of them using the same storage devices
19.
is heckin' low. That's not gonna be high enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured that might not be high enough.
DCs are higher in Starfinder because bonuses are higher in Starfinder.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you roll, Luna?
What did I roll? 17. And this is perception, not engineering.
Yes. With the as you walk around the outside of the ship a bit, it does look like some of the heat shielding is still intact. Whether it's better than your ship's, hard to say.
Well, I think that's something we'll figure out on the ship with the physical science checks.
Fair.
I'm gonna pull out communicator. Like, some of this heat shielding looks like it's still good. Want me to call my bike over so we can drag her back to the ship?
I mean, right now I'd say it's not a bad idea to take what we can get our hands on, considering we don't have anywhere to restock as it is.
Fair enough. I will indeed call my bike over to help haul things back onto the ship.
All right. What is your strength? The heat shielding is still attached to the ship.
Oh, I'm not gonna pull it off by myself.
Okay. Just
I'm a
making sure.
child.
Yeah.
I am short. Be like, someone has to come also help me pull this up because these things are bigger than me.
Yeah.
How strong is the rat?
10
10.
average.
Oh, your
It is
strength
rat.
is 10.
Yes.
The child is stronger than the rat.
My strength is 11.
Most children can kill rats.
Why is my strength score a 14?
Because you got really high rolls.
And you did get pretty high rolls.
The child is going to be bored and attempt to... What is the last log from the sensors besides you guys?
Hmm?
What?
That's what manager's asking. I'm looking at chat.
What are
yeah,
the last
I
logs
don't
from the
understand
sensors?
what you're saying.
Manager's asking, what is the last logs from sensors besides you guys? I think he's asking
There
what
is no power to the ship.
Yeah.
There
There
are
are no
no
logs from the alien
logs.
ship.
See, he's either asking me about the alien ship or our ship, and I'm not sure which.
I'd be surprised if
So
he
I'm
was
gonna
talking
do
about
the
your
alien
ship.
ship.
Yeah, no, there's no power to the alien ship, so we literally have no idea what the last logs were.
You can try to jerry-rig them into your own system, but that could cause problems. Could give information, could cause problems. Works both ways.
If we were to jury-rig, I would say jury-rig into a separate system, but feed it power.
Yeah. That'd be
So
the
that it
smart idea.
doesn't... Because we really, really, really should not plug in foreign systems that could corrupt our systems, and we have no way of getting things replaced.
Yes.
That's why we plug it into a laptop.
You don't have laptops unless you actually do. I'm pretty sure none of you chose to have a handheld computer.
Yeah, and I'm not going to.
No,
I'm
but
gonna plug it into your
okay.
brain.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
that
that.
sounds like a terrible idea. But he might try that.
It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll sacrifice my own life. Break myself.
Everyone who could have gotten a personal computer instead had it implanted in their head. No one has a handheld device.
It's more portable that way.
It's lighter.
I don't know, I feel pretty heavy.
But yes, you would eventually manage to get the heat shielding off the derelict vessel and brought back to your ship.
I'm so glad I have that bike.
You can make, probably you, Hanrat, can make a physical science check on the heat shielding if you want.
Joy. I am rolling poor today. I got a 14.
With a 14, you have no idea what kind of material the heat shielding is made of.
Can I take it with me anyway and study it?
Yes, you are taking it with you.
Oh.
The child was dragging it to the ship.
Oh, I misunderstood what you were dragging. I thought you were dragging something completely different.
No.
No.
Heat shielding.
That makes more sense now. Okay.
Husband, how loud is Hanrat for you? Because
He's okay.
I'm just noticing he's getting picked up on the microphone.
How?
Magic.
Magic, indeed.
Yeah, I just noticed that. What the hell?
How's he getting picked up on the microphone?
Because
And now I
someone's
can't hear you at
audio
all.
is loud enough is getting picked up. I can actually hear him through someone's speaker.
Oh, unless I'm hearing it through.
You can't hear him on the
Oh
mic?
no, I'm hearing it through.
I adjusted some of my settings to see if that helped. If that helped, then we're gonna go for that. Allow me to adjust.
Hello?
Yeah, we
This.
Hello?
still hear you.
I can hear you.
I adjusted some of my settings to see if that helped. Can you hear us again?
Hey, baby.
Oh no, we can't be
Apologies.
heard.
What do you mean we can't be heard?
That's what
Well, you
people
can be
say.
heard, but like you are whispering.
How drastically did you change your settings?
Not terribly so.
So we can't be heard now. Yeah, I can't hear us. Wait. I think I just heard that a little bit.
I mean, I can't actively go on my my Twitch and figure it out because otherwise we're gonna get a feedback loop.
You're sounding a bit. We're sounding a bit quiet through the Discord.
I'm not paying attention to Discord. I'm worried about what OBS is doing. I don't care what Discord's doing.
Okay.
Alright. I think we have fixed the problem of Hanrat getting picked up on and cats are knocking things over. Apologies.
Sounded like an empty soda can.
Yeah, there's a soda can over there. Am I going
Yeah,
to worry
there's
about
the
it?
new
No.
issue of I can't really hear you guys.
Well, it's either we get a major echo or...
Oh, I just realized I also turned you guys extremely down because of how loud you were earlier. So
That's on your end, not mine.
yeah, so yeah, I think it's a little bit better now.
Yeah, manager's
Alright.
saying don't touch anything. I'm not planning to. I'm planning on leaving everything where it is.
That's...
That does not. Don't. That's that. Words. Bad. Anyways, continuing onward.
Hey.
We have, in fact, other stuff from this wreck that may be salvageable that we probably could use.
Yes. Indeed. And you can try to hook up the sensor systems and see what information is on there, but whether you'll be able to understand it or whether it will cause problems, you have no idea.
Okay, I don't understand how to utilize, so I probably shouldn't be in charge of that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a mix of me and Hanrat. Godric messing with the sensors and messing with it and seeing how it works. Because he knows more about understanding how the sensors read better. I just understand how to make them work.
You would think that, but these sensors don't seem to have a way to sense.
These sensors might be like the other sensors on the
He's,
ship. They're-
he's more experienced interpreting what the sensors say.
Fair.
It could also be for the fact that, because we learned from our AI friend that the aliens have a different way of detecting things. The way we detect is totally different.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to assume that it's using that other way to detect things.
I'm gonna go talk to our AI. I assume we have moved the alien out of our isolation chamber.
Have you?
I would have. We have moved them out so that they're not freaking sitting in the isolation chamber. But upon AI's request, we have not rezzed the alien.
Yes.
But it's just so that the alien is more comfortable.
Fair.
Even if that is just sticking them in medbay.
You do have that.
That's where I would stick them. They're unconscious is the best place for them. I'm gonna go to our AI friend and be like, quick question. You mentioned that the sensors that apparently the galaxy uses is different than ours because your systems are different.
The Renoran, yes.
Gesundheit. We found a wreck. Is it possible you might understand how the sensors would be able to interpret the information on that ship? Because I very much doubt we'll be able to with our normal stuff, because we have no frame of reference.
It may be possible, but I would not make guarantees.
Okay.
Any information on how they work might be able to help us to integrate broken parts and make it work.
I doubt you have any parts that could make it work. If there are very different pieces that would be required.
Wouldn't
Very different attunements.
Wouldn't the ship have those necessary pieces?
No.
Your ship likely would not.
I'm talking about the wrecked
The
ship.
wrecked ship might.
Maybe whether they're still viable is a whole nother option.
Well, it is possible to try to jerry-rig something.
It's like grabbing airbag from a car wreck.
Renoran
There's
sensors.
probably parts for it, but that may not work anymore.
Renoran sensors act more like an amplifier than a detector.
That is my problem.
If it acts like an amplifier, I wonder if we could hook it to something of ours and make it amplify the way ours works.
Ours detect their amplifiers.
Is unlikely.
Aww.
It usually amplifies the mental actions of the user.
Gesundheit.
What if I hook it into
The
brain?
AI is dumbing this down as much as humanly possible.
What
I
if,
am no
what if
human.
it gets hooked up to my brain?
I do not know what it would do, as it is unlikely you have the same physiological effect as a Renoran.
work different?
Just
It
amplify the
might
feeling
not
of a
do
black hole.
anything at all.
That'll do great. We're not amplifying the feeling of a black hole.
Amplified an impending an impending feeling of doom.
That's called you have a panic attack to oblivion.
Wait, does that mean it could amplify the crazy?
There is a jellyfish that if it stings you, you have a feeling of impending doom for the next 2 weeks. That is the effect
Interesting.
of the jellyfish sting, and I don't understand it.
Also, impending doom is a very
It is
real
amusing.
side effect that nurses and stuff pay attention to.
Yeah. But anyway.
I bet.
I mean, you can try plugging it up to your brain if you want. I don't know how you would, because you don't have a computer in your head.
Nick does.
Nick has... Oh, I guess... Yeah, you actually do. Yeah.
Thalia does not.
Thalia doesn't. Nick has his custom rig in his head. Unless you actually added more and added a full computer, but...
No idea. Anyways.
So yes, you can try that if you want.
I say do it.
Plug yourself into strange machinery and hope it doesn't give you a virus.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with plugging yourself to a strange thing?
Absolutely heckin' nothing.
I need to make it. What is it? What's the word for it?
Computers check. You'd have to make a computers check to do that.
We should honestly try to learn as much as we can about
I can
alien
try.
technology.
You'd have to make an adapter.
None of us
And
are a mad
yes.
scientist, right?
Mad as an insane? No. Scientist? Yes.
Are you sure the child's not insane? He's just suffering from a case of split personality.
You're not a mad scientist. You're not a scientist.
Right. I am mad, not a scientist. There's two different things there.
Fair.
I never claimed to be a scientist. I'm just claiming to be mad.
So the child is saying do it, right?
I mean, Luna is saying do it.
Is child saying do it?
Why not? Child is saying do it.
Alright. Let's see what we get for this.
What's the worst that can happen?
Everyone dies.
26.
So with the 26, I'll say you make an adapter that probably would work.
In theory, this should work.
I'm trying to figure what would happen if you plugged yourself into this.
Not what you were expecting us to do, Day, huh?
It depends. Is the computer in your head tied with your consciousness, or is it separate?
It's probably semi-separate. He probably subconsciously activates and talks with it all the time.
Who joined?
This manager has joined.
You hear? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Thank you, manager.
Is saying things?
Watching and listening
Oh.
closer.
I see.
He is monitoring us.
Oh
You're
no.
not alone.
Your every move will be questioned. Careful.
My
My every
is
move should
always
be
questioned.
questioned.
My every move is already questioned.
So, just to clarify, you're plugging this thing into you, right?
Yep.
Make a will save. I assume you've already given it some form of power.
6.
You start feeling a searing pain in your head. That doesn't go away.
He'd unplug it.
Like, you get a pretty bad headache. Almost
Ow,
immediately.
that hurt.
Because your computer is not directly tied with your consciousness, it might have been able to collect, like, fragmented data, but not enough to make sense of.
Well, he's still gonna try to make sense of what he can from the data once his headache clears up.
This is a very bad headache. Almost throws up.
Oh, I'm probably one of the best people to know what that kind of headache is like.
Rat throws up hairball. No.
There's a reason why we have so many meds for that kind of thing around.
Fair. But yes.
I have the shield. I just realized that that sentence is not going to make sense to anybody that can't see what I'm up to right now. To keep myself from...
Is there anything else you want to try with the sensors?
He's going to get a separate system set up off to the side. So it's not tied to the main ship's computers or anything. And plug it into that to see if it can get any information out of it.
So you're essentially making a separate system off the ship's main computer.
Yeah, he's tying off a portion of the system so that it can't be accessed by a main computer whatsoever. Physically and digitally disconnected.
I'm gonna go up to our scientist who invented artificial intelligence.
She didn't invent it, but she did write a book on it.
Well, she wrote a book on it. She's very smart about it.
Fair.
I have a big question.
Yes?
So, AI friend has
Strong way to put it, but okay.
what, AI friend?
From what I've heard from it, it's not intelligent at all. It's at best a personality.
I don't have a name for them, so they're AI friend. They're talking about how
no,
the
we don't want to give
sensors.
her that name.
Yes, I know.
Or is it AI male or female?
The voice sounds female.
That's what I thought.
Name Gladys.
I'm not gonna give her. Oh no, I'm thinking of the cursed name to give anything.
Karen.
No.
Karen the AI.
Oh.
No, we're not doing that. No.
Pointing to
Too much danger. No.
Too many weird Google searches if you do that.
Too much microphone picking things up out loud.
Yes. Now, other big. the unnamed, yes. The name
Yes,
of the
the
device, which we really shouldn't say, because should we say she will be listening, even though she said she's not
The
listening.
A name that shall not be said.
She has selective hearing.
To those listening, you have no idea what we're talking about. We're talking about a certain device which people put in their homes to get lovely information out of.
The Amazon one.
The Amazon one. We have
Hey,
one right next
Alexa.
to us. You can't be picked up.
You can't be picked up.
You're
from
not
her.
on speaker. That doesn't work.
That was intentional. You're
What
not
are you
on
guys talking
speaker.
about? I was like, oh.
Yes. Anyhow.
That's why I had to ask you to stop when you kept saying that name in the other stream.
Yeah. Moving on. They sort of mentioned the fact that the sensors, whatever, hook up to like consciousness. Is it possible to make an AI to hook up to sensors?
With what we have on the ship? I doubt it.
What would we need?
State-of-the-art lab, pretty much. A lot of resources. Yeah, I don't think with what we have that I can do that.
Darn.
It'd be easier to make a computer. My pens.
In Thalia's brain, she flips the table. Keyword there, in her brain.
It was a glass table and it shatters in your brain. Now
She
there are
shattered
shards
her
of
brain.
glass all over your brain.
Yep, there's glass shards all over her brain. Her brain is now broken.
Like it was ever in one piece. Anyway.
She painstakingly glued them together. It is now broken again.
Good glory.
That's okay. I know a way to make it break even more. Nick can explain astrophysics to her.
I think she would just stop listening after like the first few minutes.
Yeah,
No, this is how he puts her to sleep if she ever needs it.
Tell me about atoms again, Dad.
Falls asleep 2 seconds into the discussion.
Tell me about chemicals. No.
Tell me about nuclear
Tell me how computers work
reactions
again.
Tell me about neural networks. Anyway.
Consume the purple moss.
Consume everything.
No, I'm not gonna consume the purple moss. I'll
Consume.
leave that later for poison resistance.
Anyway. But
Alright.
I know my commentary right now is so helpful for anybody that doesn't know what's going on with it.
It's called distracting from the strain.
so
All the distractions.
Well, you said to eat the purple moss.
Well, at this point, we have a few things that we can't really do much other than try to like see if there's anything else to salvage, because this was a decently sized ship.
I mean, the best I could do would be to try to extrapolate data myself.
Could you?
Could try, I have to get access to the data.
Knick-knack!
Knick-knack.
Yes.
The doctor wants to see the information thingamajigger. She is a child. Her wording is great.
Probably just says under her breath.
The information
Just call me Vella.
thingamajigger.
Did you know that there's the sensor information jigger thingy that you found? The doctor wants to see it.
Fine.
Maybe the person who has a doctorate relating to computers is a good idea to have a look at it.
Fine, I'll have her help take a look at it.
Yay!
Did she want to take a look at it up there, or
That's for
Workshop
Vicky
area.
to see.
I mean, probably not in the engineering bay.
Knick-knack, you have to come be social.
I mean, I could see them inside.
fine.
The lab. No?
The physical science lab is probably the best place to do it.
Probably would have it in the physical
Yeah.
science lab.
Yeah.
That's where all
I
the
see
tools and
myself
stuff would be
studying
set
this
up.
myself right now.
So you've taken over Hunrod's lab?
Only parts of it when he's not using it.
When he's not looking.
Not looking, the
Like I
rat
said,
comes in and
physical
takes
science
over.
lab.
Put that part back.
Probably because
Give me back my wrench! Heck, rats. Just kidding.
Still using that.
stop using my wrench as
Not
a
now,
hammer.
but I'm still using that.
Stop using my hammer as a wrench.
Why can I see you doing that? Just for the sake of just doing it because you can.
It's easier to use the wrench as a hammer than it is to go find the hammer.
But you can't find the wrench, so you have to use the hammer as the wrench. Anyway. Yeah, she would go to the physical science lab. And if nothing else, try to figure it out, at least to the point as to where the data would be stored on it. I'm gonna use this die. This die is applicable. Let's see. For her...
She'd probably find it with a bunch of things laying around on and around it. This one's the power button.
A 27.
Do be careful with your very crinkly bag of candy, husband. The microphone will pick it up.
It is picking it up.
Yes. That is not an excuse to do it more!
Oh, that was
Where's
loud.
the
Sorry.
bonking stick? We need to bonk him.
The bonking stick is broken. Y'all broke it.
One moment.
I thought the bonking stick only works on people younger than you.
No, that's the spoon of whacking you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, does
Are they
this
the
mean
spoon
I
of
need the
whacking?
spoon of whacking?
No, I don't actually know where the spoon
Either
of
my
whacking
internet
is.
is bad or the stream is lagging. I would not be surprised if we are lagging.
I'd say it's
Bear in
lagging.
mind, we're
considering your
dealing
voice
with
is
their
lagging.
audio. Their, not audio. Internet. Same difference.
Mm-hmm.
There.
We has bad
Them there
internet.
over where?
I am doing my best here.
No, that was for past crimes.
Oh, that, yeah.
Soul Calibur crimes.
Sure, it's for that. That's the most deserving of a bonk.
It really is.
So, she would eventually find where she thinks the data might be stored. It's definitely very different to what she's used to. But she would probably try to carefully disconnect it from the main system itself to just get at the data and not the actual machinery. And try to extract the data to the point where she could better access it. Can she do that? Let's see.
First step is to make a copy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much trying to copy the drive. Which is doable. Alright, she gets advantage because of her thing. 24 is probably high enough to do that. Probably. It might be slightly fragmented, but at least enough to get something. And then she's gonna try to plug that copy into pretty much her head because she has an actual AI in her head who is better at extrapolating things than just a computer. That's pretty good. With a 31, she has very high computers.
I mean, if she wrote a book on artificial intelligence, I would hope she's good with computers.
There's a reason she has so many doctorates. She got her artificial engineering doctorate first. she would be able to at least get some data. Would she be able to understand it? Because it would not be in any form known. Let's see. Can she understand the data? With a 20, probably not.
Well, this is when we
Yeah.
use the military database from the planet of decryption software.
What?
We've had some sort of decryption software, not everything, but common codes and stuff that were used on Earth as a basis to try and decrypt.
This is not in a format that can be used by that.
Artificial personality, teach our computers how to
Using
decrypt
things
this.
from that as basis of how to translate.
It's not. The problem is not the language, the problem is the format. It's not meant to be read by a computer.
Oh no.
That's the problem. Not the language. She would probably say, I could have her work on it a bit, but it doesn't make sense.
Oh no.
Well, you're welcome to work on it in my lab, and maybe I could pick your brain about a few things every now and then if you're interested.
I mean, I can come by your lab every now and then if you want, but I don't need to be here to work on it.
Fair enough.
I mean, as long as we have a copy here too, we can work on it at two fronts, see if who figures it out first.
I mean, fair, that's easy enough to do. You'd copy it again?
We are having slight technical issues because we have terrible internet here on this house.
Yay, bad internet. Yay. Anyway. Do manage. Yes, you do have another copy that is disconnected from the actual thing itself. And with that, she probably would reconnect the actual drive to the sensors in the same way she disconnected it. She's gonna let her AI play around with it and see if it can figure anything out.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Is there anything else you want to try to do with the sensor data?
All the salt.
All the salt?
Well, what is
Managers pouring
what is
salt
there
in
to
the
do? Considering its
chat.
possibility in her mind.
What do you mean, what does it do? She doesn't seem to have a physical or...
No. What
reaction.
is the point? What is the point of trying to do something with it, considering it's already in her mind?
I mean,
And
she's
she's
just
working
gonna have her AI try to figure it out.
Fair enough.
There's no guarantee the AI can.
Okay.
Do you
see
know what
now.
might help my streaming capabilities? Not streaming over Discord.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But now the softy's sad.
So
Yeah, my stream is broken right now.
how many frames are you dropping? As listed on the bottom of OBS in the middle.
OBS seems to be fine, but I'm getting the broken video thing on Twitch.
My side's fine.
Because that could
Like
just
getting
be
that.
your computer. If you're not dropping frames, I wouldn't worry.
I don't
too
understand it,
much.
that's the problem. We're back.
You have dropped 68% of total frames. Okay. That's a problem.
Hey, husband. Probably shouldn't stream while I'm trying
I'm
to
not
stream.
streaming on.
68% of everything you sent to Twitch never made it.
Oh no.
Just to put that in
I'm
layman's
not
terms.
streaming on it. I wonder. Oh wait, no, I can't disconnect from Discord because then I can't hear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You can always connect on your phone. And then have your
You're
headphones.
still using the internet. It doesn't make a difference.
Unless you switch to mobile data.
How am I going to plug my headphones in?
You have a stupid
You
phone.
have a stupid phone, that's right.
I can't plug headphones in.
iPhones are stupid, and
That's
I'll
not
fight
an
that
iPhone.
until the day I die. It's just like a
Yeah.
really advanced Samsung.
Wait a minute. I've got
Okay.
an idea.
We are back according to manager.
We're back? Okay.
Yeah.
Apologies, their internet's terrible.
Our internet is terrible, and apparently we both can't be trying to do stuff. Which is fine.
I mean, 60 megabit really isn't that good.
That's
But-
better than what we had before.
It's as better as what you had before than gigabit would be to your current internet. My mobile data was faster in the basement of your house than the internet was.
Yep.
And I had 1 bar. Anyway.
There we go.
There we go.
That might work.
That might work.
So. Regardless.
There we go.
But yes, is there anything else you want to try with the sensor data? Or do you want
You'll
to just
not be
leave it
getting
for
double.
Could I try to do it, like figure it out using my AI?
now? You can try, yes.
Why not? Have two people working on the same data, maybe different outcomes could happen.
It's possible.
Is this a computer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, one quick second, because I believe if I look over here.
It's basically a repeating computers check with an absurdly high DC.
Yeah. Fair enough. No, that's just completely other different stuff, doesn't matter. Okay. Gosh dang it. 15.
15, you upload the data to your AI, but your AI doesn't actually know how to read the data at this point. It's not even just random symbols. It's not data as far as the AI can tell.
Okay, then. That's interesting.
Alright.
Well, I'll try it again another day.
Yeah. But yes. So, as you're doing this, what would you like to do?
Well,
I am personally done. Sorry, that wasn't directed at me.
Yeah. Um,
did we ever actually explore the sulfur planet?
not a lot. Your sensors didn't pick up anything of note.
Is there anything else of note on this planet that our sensors have been able to pick up?
Not that your sensors can pick up, no.
Alright.
only other thing you're not aware of at the moment is what material the heat shielding was made of.
Oh, we should probably try to see if we can figure that out.
I mean, that is a physical science check.
Physical science. I don't have a rank in that. I can't do it.
You are not allowed. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I don't have a rank
Yep.
in it. I'm not allowed to do so.
No physical science for you. Only mental science.
Oh no!
Only,
That's bad.
only math. Only algebra.
Well, we dead now if I have to do algebra.
But yes.
Emotional science.
Emotional science. That's called psychology.
Psychology and how to make you feel bad for me so you give me all your stuff. Let's go!
Let's
So-
go.
What is your next course of action?
Well, so we've discovered what we can on this planet and on the other planet, from what I understand.
As far as you're aware, yes.
And also going along with that is we've also been able to figure out there's probably more we can figure out on the other planet. Unless we wanted to go and take a second look at our sulfur planet. Which, if we didn't want to, then we could definitely go off and do something else. Like what? I don't know, because I only know coordinates for this planet system. I'm not sure where else to go.
Thank you, Captain, for taking control
What?
temporarily. Thank you for being the temporary captain, making all the hard decisions.
All the hard decisions.
Yes. Yes, we made the child in charge. Wait. I'm the child, but I'm actually probably older than everybody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why she may seem so mature, and other times she's not. Let's go.
Alright. I mean, with that, you could either, if you don't know where to go other than this system, you could always ask the AI. Or you could just decide to go back to the Sol system.
To our solar system, I don't think we have enough to go back and get a nice, decent haul. I want to do as many... I want to have as many profitable trips as possible with the least amount of times we have to jump back.
Yes.
And so far, we don't have to. I mean...
At least we aren't struggling with energy.
Yeah. I am gonna go to our artificial intelligence or personality friend.
Artificial friend.
Artificial friend, let's go. Be like, so, questions. 1, I assume in your little escapade into our computer system you know of our mission.
The basics, yes.
Okay. So, are there any good planets to go by in which we can continue our mission tool?
Your mission is fairly vague. I could recommend half of the galaxy.
Well, we don't have a direction. Our whole mission is basically to go out in the universe, explore, and bring back new technology specimens, anything for Earth to study and better adapt our own systems to so that we can further the advancements of humanity.
There is a colonized system I could recommend, but with your technology it would take you quite some time to get there.
How long?
Pause for a second. Probably scanning data.
Dramatic pause.
By your time counting, approximately 3 months.
Oof. What sort of language does the galaxy speak? Is there like one collective language, or do you have to all learn individual languages?
The galaxy is not harmonious enough for a single language.
Oh no. So how does anyone know what's going on?
Though Renoran is the most spoken.
How do you speak Renorn?
I do not understand the question.
What is the Renorn language?
In order for me to explain it to you, it would probably take at least a few weeks by your time frame, but you probably wouldn't understand if I explained that fast. How do you speak a language? What? That's like you going to Mandarin and saying, "How do I speak Japanese?"
Yeah. Not easy to answer.
Well, and you said there's a colony nearby?
There is a colonized system. A port, specifically.
I mean, you did say take 3 months to get there.
Yes.
We could at least learn how to speak the basics.
This AI is getting very sassy for some reason. Why was sass programmed into the AI?
They're dealing with a child. That is the whole reason they're dealing with a
why
child.
would Sass not be...
If you wish to learn the Renoran language and be able to speak it, at least conversationally, that is possible. Though it should be noted, I cannot leave my charge unconscious for that amount of time, as they would starve to death.
I mean, we can make them probably as soon as you want them to. It's up to you. We left them unconscious because you said so.
If we were to return them from their state, it would be best to do so in what you have called the drift.
So we could start drifting towards the colony, wake the charge, and then start learning alien languages?
Potentially, yes.
Yo, crew, come here!
Yeah, okay.
The child has called once again a group meeting.
The captain has a very large battery. It takes a very long time to charge.
Yup. And this is not just the physical plane, no, this is the emotional battery too.
The emotional battery.
That's why it's taking so long, is the emotional battery. Alright.
That caused me physical pain somehow. And I don't know how. I'm having a heart attack, just die.
It's best not to think on it too hard.
That's not to think of many things when I say too hard.
It too hard. Anyway,
The child
I just have a constitution of 2.
You have a constitution of -2.
No, because that's death. It has to be above 0 to be not death.
I was talking
Yeah,
about
he has to-
modifier.
So you have to live in
2
both.
is a modifier of -4.
Never mind, you're right.
Skeletons. Ghosts.
Skeletons and ghosts have a Constitution modifier of at least 1. I mean, not a Constitution
Afterlife.
modifier. A Constitution of at least 1. Are you trying to say you're alive in the afterlife?
No, I'm just saying the afterlife has a negative modifier.
Of course it has a negative modifier.
Well, then I
Negative
give you your
modifier
answer.
is anything from 1 to 10 on a score.
Continuing on.
Oh,
That's what I was saying.
-5.
You can have -5 and have a 1.
Damn it! What? Damn.
You can't win that.
-6.
Anyway.
Okay, we're done.
So, are you going to try to do that?
Childhood college and group meeting.
Okay. Child call a group meeting.
The child does not believe in dictatorship here.
Why would she?
We're on this trip for better or for worse. We should have no secrets when it pertains to our safety. Secrets about back home. Oh no, that's totally different. Secrets out here? No. She doesn't care who your parents are or who they may or may not be. She wants to know if you have something that'll pretend to kill us all. My hip.
Shit. Your hip.
I was sitting down bad and it hurt my hip.
Okay.
That being said, the child calls a group meeting and goes, so, group meeting around the AI so the AI can feel a part of this. They're part of the ship, part of the crew.
Because AIs are definitely programmed to feel lonely.
Part of the ship,
Or
part of the crew.
excluded.
You're like, so, our friend here can tell us a nearby system we can go jump to. Or we could jump home. The nearby system is a colonized system. Take about 3 months. And it is possible probably within that 3 months for us to at least become conversational in the most common language in the galaxy. But there's no centralized language.
The AI could be rolling its eyes, it would. You don't have eyes.
Nope. So, what does the crew think we should do?
Potato.
Well, we could always have someone learn. Sure, that is an idea. We could always have the AIs learn. That's another one. And then see if they can, put things together while we are traveling and about. It'd also be something that would take time with on our own personal time, if wish. And last of all, we could always just designate someone to learn, like once a day, per se, unless they are needed. With some assistance around the ship, we could continue, instead of straight shotting it somewhere, we can simply head out and collect resources as we can. Because it's true, we will need someone who can speak the language. But again, we are traveling with the intent to survive. We might as well make a profit, learn, collect technology, sell current technology, try to
There
do
is no
something.
safe area between here and where I speak of. All of that space is controlled by the Empire.
I leave it up to the captain for that then. But that was my opinion.
Well, we've already told. We're granting safe passage. Is it possible for you... So we know it's unsafe for you and your charge because of the Empire. Is it... If we didn't have you on our ship, would it be safe for us?
Unlikely. Renoran aggression is well known.
Ah. That... I don't like it when things are aggressive towards me. Makes it really hard to snipe them.
What?
Are you saying it's harder to shoot things running at you?
Things running at me tend to zigzag. That's hard to hit. Harder.
Fair.
That being said,
Sound like a threat.
so this is the closest safe location. Is it possible at least to mark those locations in our computer so we can use it as points of reference?
What locations?
The unsafe ones.
I can share a limited portion of star charts.
That would be much appreciated.
Very limited.
That's okay. We will take any and all that you offer. So, but Godric, you were talking about making a computer, like an AI, like an universal translator or whatever.
That would be the idea. We could supposedly hook it up to your AI friend in the sense, or we can talk to
Teach
the
computer
doctor.
to tell us what's going on. Nice. I
yes,
like it.
or we could talk to the doctor about those kind of information. I can only go so far considering I do believe the AI friend you have is a computer, sure, but my knowledge only goes so far when it comes down to studying and knowledge. I only have a degree in artificial technology in a sense, but that being said, I can only go so far with my personal current knowledge.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well. I like the idea of turning AIs into communicators. Because also us learning the languages would help too.
In order to do that, you would either need to know every language in the galaxy or have very advanced decryption software.
Well, these are the common languages.
Yeah, every language would take a while.
We don't have the resources for
To be
every
fair, you
language.
did say universal translator. AI don't think circularly.
No, not,
That being
not.
said, is there an advanced translator that we could get our hands on? Assuming that we currently don't.
The Renoran Empire has such things.
But you said we should stray away from the Empire.
Yes.
Well, this is problematic.
The Empire has already forced multiple species from their home planets.
Methinks we probably shouldn't tell the Empire where we are from, because if we do so, I feel like we'll have a war in our hands.
Well, I'm not sure we even could tell them where we are from, considering how we got here in the first place. It would take much longer to get back, assuming there is no return point of a area.
Are you referring to the fact that we don't know how to warp home? Because we know how to warp home now.
Yes, I was referring to that.
The AI has
The-
helped fix
yeah.
that problem.
That information was traded.
Well, then I'm clearly not understanding certain things.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is going towards the colony, and probably making different things. By the way, where do you guys want to go? Referring to the personality and their charge.
Anywhere that is not under the Empire's control.
So you don't have any particular in mind?
No. My charge might think differently, but I am not programmed to.
Okay. So do we want to continue or do we want to go back home to Earth? Because I'm a little partial to a little more space exploration. I want information from the crew.
About
I'm more
whether we should
interested
go
in
home
space
or-
exploration.
Explore?
Yes.
Explore.
Okay.
Well, to put it simply, we could go home, completely finishing up the mission because of certain requirements have been met. That being said, we could continue on and possibly raise our earnings from our send-off.
I will inform
and
you,
actually explore a new galaxy.
this is a plot critical decision.
I figured it was.
The plot divides into multiple paths here.
My brain just thinks of the fact of I'm here spitballing ideas for the fact of pros and cons of either. Continuing on can raise, of course, the value of the money that we can collect when we do return home eventually.
Yeah.
Going home right now, we do, technically speaking, have a sentient life form.
Yes.
You do.
And they are, technically speaking, trying to get somewhere away from the Empire. What better place than a place that has no access to the Empire at all?
It's fair.
Yes.
They could technically be very safe, especially if we go for the government. Hey, they want
Amnesty. They want amnesty for their crimes.
It's not amnesty. What is it? What is the word? It's not amnesty. What is it?
They want amnesty.
Sanctuary. They want sanctuary. Why the hell did I say amnesty?
Amnesty.
They want sanctuary. They have, and in doing so, I vote go home.
Is that the captain?
Yes.
The captain feels homesick. He
They-
wants to post videos of his adventures.
Got nice good clips and videos of this galaxy. We can collect some fauna from our sulfuric planet because if
You already
there's
did.
we already did.
Yes.
Okay. So we do have some flora to bring home, and we did find a planet that has.
Wait, sorry, flora, not fauna.
Yes.
You didn't see any fauna.
Yes.
There could
So
be fauna, who
personally,
knows?
I would love to explore more of the galaxy.
I mean, from what I'm
I usually-
understanding, is we're paid for every time we come back.
Yeah. This isn't
Oh.
a one-time thing.
Oh, this isn't a one-time thing. Well, then
No.
let's go back.
You're not given one trip out into the stars and say, okay, it's another cruise there. No.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding here. Is like, no, I'd rather stay here longer, just so we can get it all racked up. But no, wait, we can come
You
back.
can go back.
Yeah, let's go.
You're
go.
actually
Let's go
required
back.
to come back in the space
Yeah.
of a year
You should go back.
so that they
get
know that it
paid.
worked in the first place.
Yeah, because they send us out and they have no idea
I'd like
have-
to go back but hit every single planets reasonably along the way for some resources if we can reasonably that are smart to touch.
Okay. You do realize you jumped to one of the closest systems to Earth, right?
Yeah.
No, I clearly no. This is my first time space traveling actually.
This is
I'm
my first
sorry.
time.
I've lived on Earth
Okay.
for quite a long time,
Yeah.
and I've
You
had
were-
my own personal lab. It was great. I enjoyed it. That being said,
Well-
this sense of space travel eludes me.
The child is going to, in her moments of maturity, because she randomly has these, this is one of these few moments, she's going to turn to the artificial personnel and go, proposition. Your whole goal is to get somewhere besides the Empire. Our homeworld, Earth, is not in the Empire. We didn't even know it existed until now. What we can always do, if you truly wanted to get somewhere away from the Empire, there's a whole planet. We can always try to offer sanctuary within our governments in exchange for information on the galaxy. How to communicate, what kind of currencies the galaxy likes to use. Places, political reasonings and whatnot. All good things that we should be informed of so that we don't accidentally start a war.
Based on your ship's star charts, the Empire is aware of this planet, though they do not care for, as they put it, I believe, the monkeys.
Well, off to war we go.
Well, if they don't care for the monkeys, were they really like for your charge amongst the monkeys?
I doubt it, but if they were to enter the system, it could be dangerous, though the system is not, as far as I'm aware, under the Empire's control.
At the bare minimum, if you didn't want to reside on Earth, I give you this option. We go back, we give information. We can better adjust our ships to collect information, like, translators, but we have you both stay on the ship while we resuit up, and then when we go back out, we drop you off on a different planet of your choosing.
That is not unreasonable if the planet you speak of proves too dangerous.
I don't see why not.
So, for anyone who's seen Star Trek Deep Space Nine, I'm extremely paranoid now because I think that the Empire is the Dominion, and I'm over here like, oh, we're screwed.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Literally
That's good,
haven't
that's
seen
good.
it.
As someone who has seen
That's-
Star
that's a
Trek
good
Deep
sign.
Space Nine, I am not paranoid. What the crap, Honra?
Oh, so you seen Deep Space Nine?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so you understand what the hell I'm freaking out about now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, exactly. It's
We
like,
don't need the
ta-da!
Dominion.
Manager has said the Empire refers to humans like Frieza refers to Saiyans. And of course you made a Dragon Ball reference. Heckin'. Alright. So we seem to be in agreement to go home and at the bare minimum try to get ourselves set up to better understand and communicate with the galaxy.
Yes.
Not to mention proving the fact of our ships do work.
Your ships do work, yes.
Because we were sent out on the hopes that would work, but no actual points that it does.
And with what I have written in not alien money, you have at least 55,000 credits. At least. In samples and information, other things. Which is not a small amount considering you started with 2,000 each.
We have made a profit this run. But the fact that we know that we can better prepare ourselves to communicate with outside worlds, this seems like our best option. Because Earth has access to supplies that we would need to decipher things, like the sensor information from that wreck.
Potentially.
Especially with the help of our AI friend. And I'm under the opinion of, if Earth proves to be more difficult, we technically speaking don't have to tell them our AI friend even exists, or the human the alien attached to it, not human.
How are you going to hide a whole alien from the Federation who owns your ship?
Stick them in their escape pod and drop them off on Mars.
Mars is a heavily colonized planet.
Dang. Well,
It's where the Yosoki live.
we don't have. Well. We'll think of something. If all else fails, we'll use the idol on the ship to promote their freedom to the world. Because the captain is an idol!
That could go terribly.
There is life in the universe, and the government is holding them hostage.
How
They
long
want
exactly
freedom!
Have we have been gone
The
from Earth?
Federation isn't a government. It's been about a month and a week.
Wow. A little bit more than I thought, but that's actually really
The
nice.
Federation is
Okay.
a military organization. That's like saying there's aliens at Area 51.
Storm Area 51,
there
let's
are.
go!
You can't storm the moon!
Yes, we can.
The moon doesn't have the ability to make storms, though. There's no atmosphere.
Based on our knowledge of Earth and how the military works, we technically speaking should be able to bring home sentient life without having too many issues, without, especially that is being very helpful sentient who are just basically using us as a stop gauge on their journey. I know they want sentient life to possibly experiment on, because
They want sentient life for a lot of reasons.
yes. But they are being most helpful, and we did say we were helping. And what's one sentient life when we know how to get more?
Do you though?
Shh. We don't tell them anything else.
Do you?
Yeah.
The ship records everything.
As long as we believe it can happen.
Well, then the ship shall record the fact that these people are being very, very helpful.
Anyway.
Like a star chart, or at least part of a star chart, that will help us collect more samples.
Part of a star chart specifically detailing dangerous areas that you should not go. Because that's what was requested of the artificial personality.
I mean, I would ask for maybe other places that we can go. So dangerous places that we should probably avoid, and other places that we can go collect stuff at. Because that is our whole job.
There's not a ton that the AI can share with you without permission.
Well, then we can awake the child and get permission.
Did you say the child? Don't think she'd be too happy to be called a child.
I'm a child. I'll call whoever I want child.
Child's calling the child's like,
Back in my day.
Manager has just put out that they especially can't hold the alien captive if they break NDA and stream our findings to their audience before telling the military.
I never said an NDA was signed.
That's what they're saying.
But yeah. Also, that doesn't necessarily stop from being held hostage. Just very much lowers public opinion if it does.
But like, we're trying to help here, guys.
Unless Alien is deemed to be dangerous.
No, they're not. They've been asleep this entire time. They're not dangerous.
How do you know they're not dangerous? They've been asleep.
Exactly. No NDA, let's go!
What?
That's what Editor's saying.
You say mutiny?
No NDA, let's go.
Oh, no NDA. I see.
But we can have a mutiny while we're at it.
Mutiny! Child is now captain. No. It all happened while the android was recharging. Anyway.
I mean, if we think Earth will be a problem, we can always just go to another system.
You can, yes. The choice is your guys's.
I want to know what everyone else thinks, because, like, there are pros and cons to each. We could go home, get our ships refitted to be better optimized for dealing with space, where we could actually, talk to people and know what's going on.
And I'm agreeing with you. That would
Right.
actually be really good.
Yeah.
Like actually going out and helping our ability to make easier life
Right.
easier for us.
But also don't want to get our dear friends stuck on Earth via the government.
Well, we could land and leave them on the ship, or we can specifically land somewhere else, leave them there, hopefully in good hands, if we know any place.
How
And then come
stable
back.
is their
Sure.
pod? Because
There's no damage to the pod and it presumably fell from orbit.
here was a thought I had. Would it be possible for us to basically drop them off on, let's say, a planet like Pluto or one of the moons of Jupiter or somewhere if we felt Earth wasn't going to be safe? Like, have them in their
Possibly,
stasis
but
pod.
with the astronomical capabilities of Earth currently and Mars, they can pretty much detect objects out to the Kuiper Belt.
Yeah, and we should also consider the fact that if we do drop them off in Pluto or
They
something like
could get
that, and then
picked up.
like, all right, thank you, we're gonna go back on our mission, and then go completely opposite direction to Pluto.
So it seems
It's
like
a little suspicious.
fair enough. I guess we are risking Earth for this whole thing. Glory. Okay, probably making this way more complicated than it really is. I feel like the government as a whole, even the military, might be reasonable.
Isn't
They're
that you don't answer to a government, you answer to the Federation.
right.
Can we talk how they're? I feel like there's no difference to that.
The
Anyone else see a difference?
Federation does not. There is no one above the admirals of the Federation in terms of extrasolar things. Whereas there are 3 separate governments on Earth and multiple on Mars that could, in theory, overrule each other in worst case scenarios.
I see.
Though the Federation did in fact hire civilian contractors to pilot their ships.
Yes, they did. It's easier that way. Because then they didn't have to train people to go to space and potentially lose a lot of money.
As you notice, see, I wasn't trained. I was just brought here. I trust you guys to get me home safely if
We
needed.
noticed.
Then you understand my predicaments. Sugar.
What do the NPCs think?
I mean,
I got Captain.
Kate's not a huge fan of Earth because she's very wanted there and has tens of thousands of credits and bounties. But she's avoided it thus far. Darkstar really doesn't care one way or the other. Vela thinks that perhaps more advanced, or at least better technology on Earth could help you understand what you've already gathered.
Yeah, how much are the bounties actually?
Only the captain has that specific information.
The captain just said, "Want to pay off your bounties with the money we get?"
It's usually not the point of bounties. It's not like paying bail.
Sure it is.
They're gonna pay money in exchange for Kate. They don't want Kate to pay them money.
Here's some money. Leave me alone. It's like, okay, we won't. Walks
They
away.
want Kate to stop doing
Shoot.
crime. Which for the last month she has been.
I mean, Kate can just stay on the
Yay.
ship. It's probably been over a month since Kate, because she had the training too.
Yeah, it has been the last year. But yeah. There's a reason Kate hasn't been caught though.
Disguises.
She can change her appearance and voice at will.
It's a changeling. Get her.
It's, she has advanced technology. It's really hard to catch someone when you cannot describe them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm hearing general consensus, we're going back to Earth.
That's what it seems like.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do, is go back to Earth. If the artificial personality still wants to wake up their charge so that, they can eat and everything while we're in drift space or whatever, I say do it.
I mean, they will have to, or they will die. Let's see.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to do in the system, or do you want to head back?
We gathered samples from the different planets.
You did
Yeah.
gather at least one thing from every planet.
Did we ever get that iron thing?
The
What happened?
The heat
whole
shield?
planet?
I just remember there being iron somewhere. Like, I don't.
There's a
remember the details
planet
too
with
badly.
lots of iron oxide. You can try to bring back a planet, but good luck.
Okay.
I think we'd have
Oh yeah,
better
the
know.
entire
luck
planet
with
is
the
iron. We can't take the whole thing.
I mean, the idea was like, go down there, collect a fair amount of it, bring it back with us.
I
Was
would
the
assume
idea.
that's what we're doing on every planet. Soil samples, plant samples, if there are any plants.
No, I wasn't saying samples. I mean, like, actually take it.
How are you going to take a planet's worth of iron on your ship?
Not a planet.
Do you really
Not as-
think that taking
So-
back a couple
so-
tons of iron
so-
oxide will help Earth?
So in my mind, it's like, oh, let's go ahead and just take a sample, which to me is like a jar, like a few jars. It's like, no, I don't want like a little extra, just because why not? Like, we might as well swing
You
by
can
over there
take a
and like,
little
take it
bit
with
of
us.
extra iron, but to what end?
Who knows? Let's make an end to it.
Just have a couple. You can have a couple jars of iron oxide. Nobody's gonna stop you, unless someone is. But
The child's
So-
not.
It's like, ha ha ha, I made a poison. Now if they breathe this in, they're doomed.
I don't think we have reason to stop you.
We don't.
Whatever. Never mind. Just, okay. I don't know.
very confused here. Once
I'm
again,
confused
only
as well.
really one of us has played Pathfinder, which this is based off of. And we're not really good at paying attention.
I thought the only person who's played is actually who has played this.
Star.
No, Star's the one who's controlling it. I believe there's a difference to playing and controlling.
This is fair.
Star. I don't think anybody else has actually played.
Bold of you to assume I've done anything other than DM.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
You
here.
at least are familiar with the rules.
There are a lot. We haven't even discussed even like a fifth of the rules. No, not a fifth. Sorry, 5%.
He had.
We're gonna burn the bridge. We're gonna burn the rivers when we get to the bridges.
Lol. Managers lease chat.
Hmm?
Hey howdy hey folks, we are alone in the universe. Heart site next to the escape pod. Our captain is planning on streaming his findings as soon as we're back, making an excellent compilation video of everything from the green gas that surrounded the ship to the beautiful planets. All the interesting bits.
Wait,
You can
So I'd like
estimate
a,
it would probably take you about 2.5 weeks to get back.
Isn't that how long it took us to get here in the first place?
Yes.
Yeah, plenty of time for manager to edit their video.
so is our life on the ship basically a soap opera that manager is just controlling, and whatnot?
Right
No,
now,
there's not enough soap to put on a whole opera.
No, I guess there isn't.
we have proven that
You
there.
say that like anything I said made sense.
But we have proven that there is
I made
life
sense of
outside
it.
because we didn't know for sure if life was still sentient outside our little galaxy.
Our little solar system.
Yes.
Our own little galaxy.
There's nothing else but us here, folks.
Heckin'.
I stand by what I say.
Going back at this point either triggers plot path A or plot path A.2. And one of those is a lot worse than the other. Which would be more fun?
The one that could possibly kill us, or the one that
Oh, they could both possibly kill you.
could make life
All
what?
three options would have possibly killed you. What do you think? I'm not going to eventually put you in combat?
No. Why would you do that?
What's the point of having a spaceship if you can't shoot things with it?
I mean, I am weapons officer. That is my point.
And I am not. I'm the guy who sits there and watches.
Alright. So... This is not to determine completely the good or bad plot path, but high or low?
Hi.
I-O.
You have chosen poorly. Alright.
Your dice
So-
don't like me, Star. Your dice
So...
don't like me. And this was not to choose the plot line, was it?
No.
Thankfully.
I don't know if I could easily do a high or low on the plot, because both of them are really bad. All three options are bad. The question is, in which way are they bad?
Oh no.
But that was for a totally separate thing. Wait, you think I'm gonna let you get back to Earth without,
Yeah, it's your
without
job to
any
shoot
problem
things,
whatsoever?
though. It's my job to make sure the triggers fire when you push the button.
Are we gonna end session with the start of combat going to be there next time? Because we are at almost
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, I'm not doing a combat in this session. Not at this point, because I had to make packets to explain Starship combat rules.
Yeah.
And we haven't gone over said packets.
packets, and he doesn't even have one. But
I don't.
Yeah.
you just don't get a packet. You can look it up in the rule book.
Oh, that's terrible.
I can't mail you a packet.
You can email him it in a PDF
I
form.
don't know where the.
I already have the PDF
Don't know
form.
where
That's
it
the
is.
fun part.
The PDF form of the rulebook, yes, and it's pretty easy to
Yeah.
find where this stuff is.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
making sense of it.
So
This is just
Don't worry,
what can I do in Starship Combat?
I'll just continually scan. Don't
When
worry.
can I do in Starship Combat?
There we go.
so what I'm hearing
But yes,
is
but we're not gonna end quite yet because there's a little bit more we can do. Because there's nothing suspenseful yet.
no.
Why would we leave on something not suspenseful? That's what we did on Saturday campaign, which I haven't edited at all because I'm waiting for good hardware. But as you're a couple of days into the drift, you feel. Actually, wouldn't feel anything. Let's see, who is awake currently? Everyone just roll me a d20 to see if you're awake.
Sure.
Because I assume you all don't sleep at the same time.
What determines whether or not we're
No.
awake?
I'm not applying it to a skill, just the number on the roll.
11.
8.
3.
So, it was 11 or more and you're awake.
The child's awake.
As well as 2 of the NPCs. I mean, Kate at least has to steer the ship at some point. But it's actually Kate and Vela that are awake currently, not Darkstar.
I mean, we are trying to
Um.
get ourselves the artificial intelligence to download information. Also,
Yeah.
our I'm guessing the artificial personality is downloading information onto our database as said. Also, does their friend like us?
Within reason information. Very basic information.
That's honestly what we want to start off with.
And unless you directly interact with the friend, they probably won't directly interact with you. We can worry about that next time.
Don't they?
Because as some of you are awake and are going about things, we'll say it's only a couple days in that the charge hasn't been awakened yet. Let's see. Let's see. You do notice the ship suddenly go to red alert.
Panic. I'm gonna run, like dash run.
The child
to-
is, of course, dashing towards her duty station.
You're asleep
I'm going to my
currently,
station.
Monrad.
What?
You rolled poorly unless you rolled at least 11.
Do I not wake up from this?
Not immediately.
Okay, fair enough.
The child going towards her station wants to figure out, okay, why are we at red alert? Wait, is Kate already in the cockpit? Do I know Kate's in the cockpit?
You know she is currently, yes.
Kate, what's going on? As I'm running.
I'm not entirely sure. I think we took a bit of damage to our shield.
Why?
Let's see. I don't know. Sensors can't get a good read on anything in here.
Go skidding into the cockpit.
It could be.
Whoosh! constantly like, okay. Let's see. Want to take a look at sensors. What can I see out of the gunnery?
It's a front-facing gun. You can see what's in front of the ship. You can see almost nothing.
Okay, what about the empty gun area?
There's one in the back of the ship.
I'm not running to the back of the ship.
It's like the length of a football field.
I'm not running that far.
You'd be dead by the time you reach the other side.
I'd be dead?
Figure of speech.
I was like, why would I be dead literally here? The child is then going to take a look at sensors, and I guess the computer role would be trying to understand what might be happening.
I mean, technically, yes.
$24.
24. This is technically a scan roll. But not for the specific things of scan. Despite all the clear corruption in the data the sensors seem to be receiving, as far as you can tell, you're being followed. But that's for a running session, so.
I was just gonna do like an over-the-ship transmission.
I mean, you can.
Over-the-ship transmission. Scream! Wake up, everyone! No, she doesn't start by shouting. No, she starts by legit scream and then talks. That's how y'all wake up to. The speaker's doing exactly that. You're welcome.
Screams.
I
and
picked
then
up
talks.
on that on live stream. The screaming was like moderate talking. You all wake up to legit the child scream, goes red alert, and then saying, "Yo guys, we're being followed, get to your duty stations." Oh, that's how big a cruiser is. Fun.
Okay, so that's apparently where we're ending session. I'm nervous. Why are we being followed? We weren't being followed around the stellar system, were we?
Not that you were aware of.
That ship didn't actually leave. They followed us.
I mean, if that ship followed you, you're dead. You can fight in the drift.
No, we can't. Can we?
You can fight in the drift. If that ship followed you, you will never reach Earth.
But something is now following us.
Yes.
Okay.
Think of the drift like another plane of existence. It's like the ethereal plane. You can fight in the ethereal plane, you just both have to be there.
We don't know if this ship is following us or if they just have me going the same direction we are.
At the same time.
Nothing is coincidence. Everything's intentional! Okay. Just gonna bring... Wait. I need to turn my phone on. Hang on.
So
There.
next time we're gonna have a battle.
There we go. The camera was not on entirely. Slight scuff, let's go. This whole stream has been scuff. But then again, I think that's fair. Well, this has been an interesting podcast for us here. I hope everyone is thoroughly concerned about what's going on, as I am, because I don't like the fact that there's a ship trailing us. No, no, no. No, no, no. So that being said, we're gonna shut off there. Oh, Scuff Live! Yes. Yes. So that being said, that's what we'll be ending our session then. So this will be us signing off. I bid everyone a fair farewell. Say bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
I love how one actually says bye and the other two screech. Mild screeching. This is what I deal with on a daily.
I have to deal with you on a daily.
Tee.
He has to deal with you more on a daily than I do.
Well, yeah, you don't live with me.
I have to deal with
Yeah,
her
I just have to
nonstop
deal with you
daily.
on your streams.
And when you have me help with yours.
Okay.
Instantly regrets his life. Let's go. Alright.
Though there will be 9 o'clock stream on my channel that will be unarchived, so catch it if you want to see it for the
Yep.
only time.
Yep. With that, that'll be April 8th
Yes.
at 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
If you're watching this on YouTube, it's too late.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's far too late and you will never see it. Because I will try to upload this tonight, which is April 7th, but I very much doubt I'll get to it. Sorry, not sorry.
It'll take too long to upload. It wouldn't be uploaded until like tomorrow morning anyway.
It's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
With that being said, we bid everyone fair fond well, and till next time. I said that already. Oh well, we're saying it twice. Alright. Bye everyone. We'll see you next time.